Hey, it's great to be with you again today. Um, when things don't work out the way that you want them to, do we blame God? Think about that one for a minute, right? When we're applying for a job and we don't get it, do we blame God? When we don't get to go to the concert, the ball game, the whatever, because something happens in our lives, do we blame God? When our relationship with our husband or wife or children or parents is damaged, do we blame God? When things go wrong in our church, do we blame God? When we don't get what we want, do we blame God? And I think at some point in our lives, maybe once or twice, maybe more, we have done that. God, why did you let that happen? What, God, why did you make that happen? God, why did you do that? Right? And we accuse God of keeping us from something good. We accuse God of breaking the trust level that we have with him. We accuse God of keeping us from getting what's ours. And I say this, we need to take a step back and we need to stop and we need to listen. God has nothing but our good in mind for us. Now, sometimes we don't get things because we need to be taught a lesson. And that lesson could be, this isn't what is good for you in the long run, right? This is something that will damage your faith, damage your trust, damage your relationship with somebody else. This will, right? And there's this list of things that could happen if we got what we wanted, when we wanted it, and how we wanted it. And so instead of saying, God, what can I learn from this? We go, God, why did you make that happen? I work with a grief share group. And sometimes I hear this, God, why did you take my husband, wife, child, sister, aunt, uncle, brother, right? Why did you take them? And I think at some point we need to realize that we all have to face the ultimate death at some point. We are not promised 85 years of life. Sometimes it comes earlier, sometimes it comes later. But when we blame God for taking that person from us, that's faulty thinking. When we blame God for not giving us what we want all the time, that's faulty thinking. Because sometimes the greatest blessings that occur in our lives are the things that we don't get. And we can look back on it years later and go, wow, I am so glad that that didn't happen, because then this, and this would have happened, and whew, things would have been hairy. Or when someone that we love passes away, we go, God, thank you for the time that we had together. Yes, I'm going to miss them. Yes, I love them. I'm lonely at this point because I miss their presence in my life. But in the future, I know that I will spend eternity with them because they loved you and we'll be together again. And so all of these things we need to look at, because you see what? We aren't smarter than God, are we? We are not more truthful than God, are we? God knows what he's doing, and we need to trust that. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.